Hi everyone, it's just Christy here. I just thought I would do a little screencast of the PowerPoint I was going to show you today, seeing that we've got a few polycom issues. So it's only a short PowerPoint and I did want to do some interactiveness, so hopefully I'll give you a few minutes to think about different things as I skip through it all. So what are the dimensions of health? So see whether you can say them out loud right now. And hopefully you got to say mental health, physical health and social health. And so mental health, as it says here, is a state of well-being in which the individual realises his or her own capabilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make contribution to his or her own community. Physical health relates to the efficient functioning of the body and its system and includes a physical capacity to perform tasks and physical fitness. And social health is being able to interact with others and participate in the community in both an independent and cooperative way. So then what are the types of human development? Or what are the dimensions of human development that we've been going through? And there's 4 of them, so maybe you can say them out loud now. Alright, hopefully you've had time to think about them and you've thought about emotional development, physical development, social development and intellectual development. So if you think about emotional development, it's the full range of emotions, learning appropriate ways of dealing with and expressing these emotions, and emotional development includes self-concept, learning how to be aware of, express and manage your emotions. Physical is the changes that occur to the body and its systems. It includes the external changes that you can see, such as height, and internal changes that you can't see, such as the increasing size of your heart or muscle development. Social development is the skills and behaviours that are learnt from a young age. Social development includes behaviours, communication skills, social roles, relationship skills, values and beliefs. And intellectual development refers to both the processes that occur within the brain to the increasing complexity of the brain. Intellectual development includes knowledge, language, memory, problem solving, thought patterns, imagination and creativity. When you actually start thinking about these 4 areas of development, one of the activities we got you to do in week 2 was to think about how these impact or would change with different situations. And the one from your textbook, which is the one I have here, is the physical development, and it's the early onset of puberty. So in the emotional development, early puberty may mean the individual is more interested in the opposite sex. It leads to intimate relationships and expanding emotions such as love and jealousy. Social development, early puberty may mean that they socialise with older people. This can impact social experiences. These experiences can shape aspects like behaviour. Intellectual development, early puberty can contribute to sporting success in young males, which could lead to learning of sports strategies. So they're the developments. So what would be the impact on the 3 areas of health, the dimensions of health from the early onset of puberty? So emotionally you might get or mentally you might get a bit more self-conscious, you might feel awkward in social situations, so you might find yourself pulling back in. You might find that you are talking to different people because you are going through puberty, so socially you may increase your communication skills, or socially in your social health it may increase the people you're around, or it may decrease the people you're around, depending on how it affects how affected you are from going through puberty early. Intellectually, well, you obviously are going to go through a huge range of increase in knowledge, an increase in different types of intellectual development, and I'm meant to be talking about physical health right now rather than intellectual development. I got myself confused. So with physical development, physical health, you would expect that, you might have growing pains, you might find that you're a bit uncoordinated to the beginning, especially with boys. You're a bit gangly, all arms and legs. That's like my 13-year-old is like at the moment. So it's really important to use the information from your textbook about the types of development and then relate them back to your social, your physical and your mental health. That leads straight into your presentation for this week. So Ulla asked me a question and she asked how many slides or whatever, and I was thinking probably a good way to do it would be thinking about, say, puberty or youth development. So I would have the social development information, and then I'd talk about how the social development impacts your mental, your physical and your social health. I'd do the same for emotional development and your physical development and your intellectual development. And then I would put an example for each of those 4 things, and then you'd have a pretty good presentation made. So I probably can skip over that. But that's what we just sort of went through. How would the early onset of puberty affect a person's mental, social and physical health? So what are the stages of development? What are the different stages humans go through? And basically we've got from birth to conception to birth, birth to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 18, 18 to 40, and 40 to 65 and 65 and above. So you can see we're most interested in the youth. All right. So if you think about emotional development in youth, most teens will have the capacity to develop long-lasting, neutral and healthy relationships if they have the foundations for this development, trust, positive past experiences and an understanding of love, understanding their own feelings and have ability to analyse why they feel a certain way and begin to play less value on appearance and more on personality. Obviously there's a bit more to it, and I make sure that you have a good look in your textbook. Intellectual development. Most teens aged 12 will attain cognitive maturity, the ability to make decisions based on knowledge of options and their consequences, continue to be influenced by peers, the power of peer pressure, lessons after early adolescence, build skills to become self-sufficient, beyond respond to media messages but develop increasing ability to analyse those messages, develop increasing maturity with relationships with friends and family, and seek increased power and independence over their own lives. Physical development, so just a quick summary really, this is for boys. Physical changes usually start around 11 or 12, but they could be earlier or later. Physical and changes is growth of the penis and testes, change in body shape and height, erections and ejaculation, growth of body hair and facial hair, and change to the voice. For girls, as again this is a bit of a summary, so mostly between 12 and 18, might start around 10, could be earlier like 8, and it could be later like 13 or 14. And some of the changes are breast development, changes in body shape and height, growth of the pubic and body hair, and the start of menstruation. When we get to social development, most teens will learn to act in different groups, communication skills increase, form their own beliefs and values, learn to socialise with different types of people, develop decision-making techniques, take risks and respond to peer group pressure, learn how to compromise. You may go through some rites of passage, cultural ceremonies, and develop more independence as you go. So hopefully this information helps you get through the presentation and gives you a little bit of a summary of what we've done in the first 3 weeks. I'm going to go because this is nearly 10 minutes. Hopefully this helps, and have a great week, and I'm sorry polycom didn't work today.